Hello! Welcome to Max 9 tutorial number 10, Fancy Pants Timers. We were just working on our Fancy Pants timer, and in fact, I didn't time it quite right. I just wanted to have perfect cup of tea going off without having to burn through 56 seconds of tutorial. I know those of you who listen to me go on and on just are like, 56 seconds, what's that to you? Well, it's nothing. You're wasting it right now. Well, here I am to try not to waste it, but that's just beautiful. Perfect cup of tea. Thank you so much, perfect cup of tea. Today, we're going to go above and beyond with our Fancy Pants timer. So let's make it nice and big and take it out of presentation mode and let us put the toolbars back in because we like to have them, and it makes it easy to get in and out of presentation mode and all that sort of thing. So here is our timer. It is working beautifully, but are there other things that we could do? I mean, the answer to that is obviously, so obviously, yes. And I want to just think about some of them. I mean, one of the things that's so obvious is that stuff could just be a lot bigger. It's such a small timer, you know? So I'm just going to drag over all these things with text in them, or shift and click them, and then go ahead and look in the inspector and say, you know what? I'm going to make that font size like 24. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, good start, good start. I had this other kind of like, look, you can't even read the flip pancakes anymore because it's kind of off to the side. The other thing, at least in my mind, is that when this thing tells you that something's ready, I would like it to say something to me. So with that in mind, I am going to bring another U menu down here by simply clicking on this one and dragging it down here. And then we'll go into the, oh, that's so far over there. Whoop. Sorry about that. We're going to answer these things that are already in here. And I'm going to do this sort of funny thing where I'm like, I'm going to answer on the end and then I'll delete the one. So I'm going to answer 10 seconds. What would you say after 10 seconds? What happened to 11? Right? Comma. Okay, perfect cup of tea. In whose opinion? Oh, I wish I could type. This is a terrible timer. So far, it's a belligerent timer, but then I put a comma in. Flip pancake. Yippee flippy. Comma. And what's the last one? 10 push-ups. I could do 10 more. All right, and then we're going to go back and erase these things here. So what I'm really doing is, well, you'll see here. So I now have 4 answers, more or less, for 4 timings, right? So I'm going to say, okay, so let's connect these together. So this one says, I'm going to lock my patcher. This one says 10 seconds. And this one says, what happened to 11? Okay, this one says, perfect cup of tea. This one says, in whose opinion? This one says, flip pancake. This one says, yippee flippy. This one says 10 push-ups. This one says, I could do 10 more. Now, there's a little bit of a trick here, which is that we would like this to say what it's saying, but only when the timer's done. So it's saying it when it sets the timer. So maybe if we had a message here that, oop, that's the wrong one. This is the one the number comes out, and if you hover over this one, you'll see this one text evaluated as a message, right? So when this one comes out to what happened to 11, that comes out in this message box, but we know that it's not output, right? So let's make this nice and big as though we're going to go in our timer, also at hello. It usually gives me a list. There it is. So let's make it bigger than 24. We want a nice big answer. And very good. And then we'll have to, of course, oh, I also like it when it's centered. So I'm going to go back here and say center that. And all right. So a couple things. You may remember way back when we put the hidden 0 and the hidden 1 on here. So now what we want to do is say that is, well, we can steal this. It's not doing anything here. So let's take this and this and drag them down to this. So here, I'll grab them and put them closer. All right. So if we could find a way to, when this thing's done, it hits hidden 0, and then when it, when it's done, it hits hidden 0. Boom. That's the end. You get a, right? And you get a hidden 1 anytime that this thing is reset. And that is whenever you change this thing or hit stop, it resets it. Now, luckily, we put in a thing here that says, hey, send out a bang when that happens. So I'm just going to go ahead and let's see. We do want it to be hidden at that point, so we put this here. I'm going to Command Y that to make it fit in there nicely. And then here's the tricky one. How do we make it appear when this thing goes off? And I believe the answer to that could be just this thing right here, this bang, put it over here. So let's go ahead and lock our patcher and say, okay, give me 10 seconds. All right, here we go. Start. And I love that we always get like 10 seconds of sitting around waiting to talk, but 9, 10, boom. What happened to 11? Okay, that is super awesome. I am loving it. But what are we going to do with that? Well, let's unlock our patcher and put it in presentation mode. So now we're unlocked and in presentation mode. And we can start redesigning our patcher perhaps. So we take this thing. I think maybe this has to be a little bigger, you know? I think we might need a bigger timer. So I'm going to put this like this, and now we're going to use something that we have not used before, which is we're going to include this object in the object, sorry. First you find the object and you say, hey, take that object and arrange. Ah, there it is, under arrange. I'm sorry that took me so long. Include it in the background. Okay, but now we have to lock the background there. Okay, so watch what happens. Look, I can't move it anymore because I've locked the background. Is that cool? So, what happened to 11? We could put this, let's say, okay, just so that it's different feeling. We're going to put this all the way up at the top. We're going to put this in the middle. Go way over here. Come on, where are you? There you go. I don't know why they always left-hand justify everything. I don't like it. And then I'm going to do the same thing to this. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to say, put that in the center because I like it better. And we're going to put this over here. And then we're going to put start. We're going to put stop. We're going to put our little action light here. I'm thinking. I am thinking you guys are gonna love this. Because we, meaning me, just thought of what... No, that's stupid. There, here. We're just gonna put this here and make it big. Sorry, I spend too much time thinking. And not enough time preparing for these videos. Isn't this great that when it's locked, you can just be like tearing around on top of something? Hey, look at that. I'm starting to like it. Okay. Almost. Okay. Let's just say that is our patcher for the moment. Okay. We lock it up and say 10 push-ups, please. And hey, what? That should have gotten rid of it. Huh. What's going on around here? Okay, take it out of presentation mode. Why? Oh! It's disappeared, but the U menu, which was previously, oh, for crying out loud. Okay. Stop that. Unlock your patcher. See, this U menu I copied from this U menu, and it's automatically in presentation mode. Take it out of presentation mode. We don't want it. And put this message into presentation mode because we do want it. And we also want the text to be in the center. We put it in the center. And we also need it to have a text that is what? Let's just randomly try some. Say this is a text color for that. And what else do messages need? They need background fill color. So anywhere we have a nice background fill color, here's one. That'll be the same, though, as that. Here's one. I think this will work. Okay, so let's put it back in presentation mode. Boy, that really had me there for a second. Okay, and then we put this in there. I know it looks terrible at the moment. I made that text so big that, hey, there we go. I'm going to have to make it a little smaller to get it in there. Come on. Come on. There we go. All right. Lock your patcher, and let's try this nonsense again. 10 seconds. And go. So now we've got 10 seconds. Our thingamajig is hidden. We'll find out what color. Oh, it came up blue like the other one. And then this thing turned on in flash blue. I can not stand to wait for these two. Maybe we'll do that while we're doing something else. But 10 push-ups I can wait for. Go ahead. Start. Oh, how do you like that little pink flashing light there? Little red outline. Oh, it's so cute. This is, you know, I mean, you're going to get this on an iPhone? I could do 10 more and a big red ball. You could change your color themes around quite a bit, but I think you get the idea that this is working, I'm just going to say pretty well, and it's starting to get fancy. I love the answer back, and I love the fact that, you know, it's a surprise. You know what I mean? You don't know what it's going to do. It's like, oh, come on, what are you going to do? You just don't know. Are we done being fancy? No, we are not done being fancy, because I just came up with yet another idea. I was just thinking to myself, wouldn't it be nice if you could like have a little bit more of an idea of like the time that you have versus the time that's elapsed, right? So I'm going to go ahead, unlock my patcher, add a new object by typing an N and type dial. And we get a dial. And I am going to make the dial like that. Now, in the inspector, you'll notice that there's a whole bunch of different types of, that's the indicator, nice, pie slice. Pie slice is the one I'm going for, but I don't like an incomplete pie. Just something about that bothers me. So we go up here and we look at this and we're like, hey, 270 degrees, no. 360 degrees. We want it all. I don't know what would happen if you put 720. I could find out one of these days. But, yeah. So, what do we need to tell this thing so that it can act in the way that we would like it to? We need to be able to tell it what the size is that's coming through here, right? So if it's going to be 56 or 115 or 15. So we take this and we bring it down to the dial. But the dial, if you put the number in, it'll just dial to whatever that is. What you want to do is find out what is the maximum range of this dial. So you come over to the inspector and you say, hey, what is the, well, not really the range, size. Size, okay. We can send it the size, and it's just the word size. So we go ahead and we make our prepend object, type the letter N, type prepend size. We grab it, we hit the Shift key and slide it right in there. Now, whenever that number goes into here, it's going to tell it how many numbers does it take to get all the way around here. Then we're going to connect it to this number, which is actually doing that. It's going around counting. This is going to be so super incredible. We have to include it in the presentation. It occurs to me that we can put it right over this LED in the setting. You can decide what you want to do with that. But this part, I'm going to get rid of the background color by just, do you see that? I'm just turning the opacity all the way down to 0. And then good. And I'm going to click up here to make sure that it works. Indicator color. Now needle color is the message that we're going to want to send it. So we have the needle color and the outline color. Well, it seems to me that the needle color could be, let's see here. Outline color is going to be the shape of the back of that. So they can't really be the, actually, you know what? We don't really need an outline color. What we need is the needle color. So I'm just going to make this one transparent too. Just living it up here. And my whole thing is transparent now. We did put it in presentation. And the question is just what we want to make the needle color. And I guess we'll just associate it at random with the outline color of the little, of this little guy. So that is the blink color. This is the outline color here. So we're going to make another one of these that is called needle color. Telling you, people, this is going to be amazing. All right, so it's still unlocked, but we put it in presentation mode. Unlocked. I cannot, for the life of me, there it is. Sometimes if you lose things because they're clear, you just drag over the whole section and then they light up because they've been selected. Oop. That's helpful. Okay. We also can't tell if this is in front or not, and my guess is that it's not. So to make sure that it is, we come up here with it still selected, say arrange, bring to front, just in case, we don't know. And that's pretty well centered over this thing. And I'm just going to lock my patcher, cross my fingers, reset this sucker, and see what happens. Oh my God, is that beautiful? Boom. Whew. Man, good stuff. So now it's going to divide it into 15. It told it that the size was 15, and it goes around there. Now, it's not perfect because it gets, boom. I could do 10 more. Well, people, if you are not feeling, oh, we have one more thing to do. Sorry, one more thing to do. Save it. Get rid of those toolbars. Get rid of that sidebar. Make it just so. decide where you want to put it. Let's say dead center. And then define fixed initial window location. Save it, put it away, open it again. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. All right, people. I am just loving this thing. So that's it. That's your fancy pants timer. I will catch you next time around. Thank you for watching.